All right, brother. Day 5.
Day 5 of
marathon.
Mate, I reckon when we do this, if we do this next year, I reckon our New Year's one, when we go like, all right, we'll do a review of what our 5 predictions were last year, and we'll go,
Well,
you know what, New Year's party, you get to see how right or wrong the lads were when they were carrying on from Boxing Day. So if you've missed
as long as it's not on New Year's Day.
Yeah, not on New Year's Day, New Year's Eve. If you've missed the earlier videos, though, we started this on the 26th. So 26, 27, 28, 29, here we are on the 30th. So we've done 5 of these. If you've missed the first 4, go back and watch them, right? So it sort of builds as we go along as well. But it's our 5 predictions for 2023. There's obviously no guarantees. I've probably got the same skills and qualifications as if you went down to Surface Paradise, got your palm out and got the palm reader to come in or get the tarot cards out. They're pretty much my qualifications as a futurist as well. So
you want the cards?
Mate, the tarot cards, mate. I don't even know. What are the ones that come out? I don't even know. But, mate, I'll throw to you. What are we on to today?
Mate, we're actually going to talk about, so there were some recent changes with DOHAS that have been, I think, quite positive. But so we're kind of talking about sort of the changing landscape there, which, you know, let's be honest, like a lot of sort of your ADF housing entitlements and your entitlements in general from the ADF are very slow to change with the current market conditions. So I'll throw to you first, mate, because I know you're a passionate, you know, I'll say critique of DOHAS. I'm choosing my words perfect there. So what do you think, mate? What do you reckon?
Oh, so I don't know that I'm critical about it. I just see there to be some benefits that could be explored. And I'm very aware as well, right? So if you want to make any of these changes to DOHAS, pretty much you have to be able to present it to government in a way that it's cost neutral or saves them money. Because regardless of whether you like it out there or not, the reason that the government does this is to save some pennies and to be able to, so like it costs money to recruit and retain people in the Defence Force, right? So DOHAS is a scheme for that. So everything that I speak about, it comes through a prism of like, well, how would this be cost neutral? So I think there's a couple of things that potentially could be on the cards going forward. The first one is, at the moment, there's 3 people on the panel. So you've got NAB, Australian Military Bank, and you've got Defence Bank. I think that we might have a review of who's on the panel for DOHAS. And the reason why, like, obviously, if you go out there and you get your banking through CBA or Westpac or Bank West or, I don't know, St. George or Police Credit Union, like whoever, right? The same rules are going to apply. The same people are going to get their DOHAS. Like, there's literally not going to be any change to the amount of money that comes out of the government coffers to be able to cover off on this. So that's
mate,
why I think
I would love that, to be honest. I would absolutely love that. You could go to any bank you want.
Yeah, go to any bank or at least, you know, open it up to a few more that have some friendlier policies there. Because, like, cost no more to the government and it creates a more competitive environment for the client as well.
Yeah.
So I think that would be one that they look at. And the other thing that I think will be pretty cost neutral is we've already seen it that they've taken the time limit away, right? So they've taken the time limit. If you served on or after 1st of July 2008, you now have no restriction on your time limit when you can get your 1 certificate after discharge. So they've already taken away the time constraint as to when you can get your 1 certificate, but I think they'll take away the constraint of you can only get 1 certificate.
Yeah.
Because once again, pretty cost neutral. Like you'd hate to say it, but there's not a lot of people who actually go out there and change banks anyway. Like most of the time you get a mortgage and most people just sit there at the same bank and they see it as too hard to go and get a mortgage with someone else. So they still feel bonded to that bank, right? It's like, no worries, I've got my Dolomite account since I was 2. So therefore I'm going to bank with CBA for the rest of their lives, right?
Yeah.
So there won't be a huge amount of change if they say you can have multiple DOHAS certificates afterwards, but it'll be of great benefit to the veteran who has left because they'll have the flexibility to change lenders because they're not handbrake. They didn't have the handbrake on of stopping them from moving because they don't get another DOHAS certificate. So those 2 things, they'll increase the banks and they'll allow you to get more than 1 certificate afterwards. I reckon we can have a crack at getting 1 or 2 of those.
We'll see that, mate. I don't know if I'm going to follow the. Actually, I'm not going to follow your prediction. I don't think they will change that.
You don't think
Can't
it'll
always
change?
be together, mate. Can't always be together. But one thing I think they'll start looking at, they'll look at other benefits that the military offers. I don't think it will just be about housing. I think there'll be the ADF Family Health Program. I know people can get more money there to help pay for health costs for your partner and your kids and so on and so forth. Because the one thing that I think the military is really going to feel is that you need to still, you're not Pluto. You don't just have your own thingy and no one cares about it, right? You need to still be competitive against the civilian market. And we know with the military, it's very, there's a high push on cyber. I know with the RAF, especially when I was in and getting out, was Space Force and stuff like that. So I think they're going to have a good suite. I know everyone got a 3% pay rise and everyone's probably giving someone a thumbs up at the moment. But I think they're going to have a look at a lot of things over the workforce there and how they can entice people to stay in, because that's what they need. They need continuation, really. So I think the military will keep changing, mate. I know this is a bit of an easy out for me to say that. It's not even to do with DOHAS, but that's what.
But it's important. It's important to the defence members, right? And the person who is recruited into defence now is completely different to who was recruited 40 years ago, right? When some of these entitlements were put in place.
The jobs are different, right? We talk about. So I used to have this CO. I used to laugh. He used to say, he goes, "Mate, we need Cheeto dust fingers in keyboards. They're the people we need." He used to say it to me all the time. And I used to laugh a bit. I'm like, well, maybe we should start advertising people who are good at World of Warcraft and stuff. They're the guys we need to start getting in. But they don't want to go down to one RTU, mate, and march around and stuff. So it's being able to, maybe that's why we'll see a bit of a change. I know they did the gap year and a few other bits and pieces. I don't know if that's still continuing, but the military's got to keep changing, right? If they want to start continue to get good people in, they need to keep changing. So, mate, that's it.
That's it, mate. There's our 5 predictions. If you didn't catch the early ones, get back there, watch it all. Make sure you give our page a like as well. We'll probably review these as we go through the year. Obviously, if anything comes true, then we'll be, mate, if something comes true, we'll be the first ones to be out there boasting and telling everyone how Nostradamus like we are, right?
Yeah, 100%, mate. Nothing like singing to the rafters when you get something right. All right, mate. So have a great New Year's to yourself. Everyone else, have a great New Year's. Look after yourself, look after your family, and we'll see you in 2023.
See you then. Bye.